we go. So they've got a cylinder, C cylinder, and they've rolled it out so that it's a rectangle with the bases there and there. So here's my cylinder, there's the base, there's the rectangle. So there's my rolled out cylinder. We're going to find out lots of stuff about the cylinder. So they're talking about, they tell you, I should have written down to begin with, they start you off with that the volume is 10. And so, okay, they gave us a starting spot. So we're thinking cylinder, I know the formula for the volume of a cylinder. I know it's pi r squared h. You can think of this as the area of the base, the circle, times the height. Because all prisms have a volume of the area of the base times the height. So that equals 10. So that's a lovely starting spot. They give you volume, jump into your formula. Now let's see what else we know. We know that the height of my cylinder is 2. So let's put that in. We've got pi r squared times 2 will equal 10. And to clean this up a bit, why don't we divide both sides by 2 such that r squared is 5. Now pi r squared should be ringing some bells. Pi r squared is the area of a circle, right? So the area of the circle is 5. So each one of these circles has an area of 5. And turns out we have stumbled upon the answer. Because if you look at these, take out number C. The area of circular section A1 and A2 is 5. The area of circle is 5. That's our answer. We stumbled upon it. We're good to go. Cool. But we can find more if we want. Might as well dig into this. So let's pretend we wanted to find more, just for kicks. And so remember the formulas that we're using here, the formulas that are important for cylinders is that the volume is pi r squared times the height. The area of a circle is pi r squared, and the circumference of a circle is just 2 pi r. Just drop that 2 down to the front. I think area is in square units, right? So that's why the r is squared. And to get the circumference, just pop that 2 down, 2 pi r. So we can find whatever we want. Let's say we wanted to find here, we could totally find the radius of our cylinder, right? There's just one unknown in that equation. Why don't we go ahead and divide? Right now the r squared is being multiplied by pi, so we can undo it by dividing by pi. Let me just take my calculator and divide. I'll just round pi to 3.14, so 5 divided by 3.14 is 1.5923. And if r squared is that, to get the r alone, you would take the square root of both sides. Now again, if this is kind of freaking you out, don't worry too much. This is kind of going above and beyond the Call of Duty, but it is interesting. If you can do this, you can do anything. Because once we have the radius, we can find whatever we want. So we know the radius of each one of these circles, and it turns out that this length here is the circumference of my circle base, right? Because if I have my cylinder, and that's my circle base, right? And when it rolls up into the rectangle, that length all the way around the circle, the length of my rectangle is if you work with me, is the circumference of the circle. So the length of it is the circumference of the circle. So if I want that length is the circumference, which is 2 times pi times r. So it's 2 times pi times 1.26. So it's, just for kicks, 2 times, I'll round pi to 3.14 times 1.26. And so the length of that rectangle is actually supposed to be 7.9128. And that's interesting, right? See here, it's not 5. If we were curious the area of this rectangular section, well, we know that the area of a rectangle is supposed to be base times height. So the base of my rectangle is that length, that 7.9128, and the height of my rectangle is 2. So if I just take the 7.9128 times 2, I get that the area of the rectangle is actually 15.8256, not the 10 that they are claiming. So we just found out a ton of stuff. If it scared you, sorry, I just kind of like this problem. There's just a lot of stuff to figure out, lots of formulas that you need to know. I do have a formula sheet of all the stuff that you need to know. It's not too long, so don't be scared. All right, thanks.